Hello there everybody and welcome to some more Team Fortress 2. Today I'm going to be showing you guys some Force of Nature gameplay because if you didn't know, in the last video I received a strange Force of Nature from the new Crate series and I'm very happy with it. Honestly, it is a weapon I never really use because, let's face it, you're either that guy with it or you're that guy. And nobody wants to be that guy. And we all can say we know who that guy is, right? We don't want to talk about him. He's a gross man. He picks his nose and eats it. That's what kind of guy that guy is. So anyways, the Force of Nature is a weapon I really only used a few times before I got a strange one, just because of the fact that there's always the age-old debate, Scattergun for the win! And yeah, that's true, and I'll get into that in a little bit, but of course, popping that bad boy, everyone loves it when things go pop. Am I right? Or am I right? Now, of course, to get onto this thing, I will admit, I do actually like the Force of Nature. I'm not saying I never disliked it. I just like being killed by it because, well, let's face it, everyone has this opinion. You get killed by this thing, it's annoying. It's that kind of weapon that's really similar to the back burner in regards of it being that kind of weapon you don't really want to get killed by because it feels really irritating. And that's the whole point of this weapon. But let's get on to this topic right here. The age-old debate of Scattergun versus Force of Nature. Yes, indeed, I like the Scattergun a lot more. I really was hoping to get a strange Scattergun more than that, but I didn't have one of the crates available. But anyways, strange Scattergun or not, what we really have to focus on here is fan versus Scattergun. Now obviously, Scattergun for the win. Stock weapons are the only weapons in the game that really should be considered OP because, well, they're balanced. They're seriously the only weapons in the game that are balanced. I mean, like the Frying Pan of Justice here, that's just a reskin of the bat. That does not count as another weapon. So anyways, Scattergun has 6 shots. Obviously, that's more than 2. If you couldn't have figured that out, I suggest you go back to school. So, now, this is the misconception, that the Force of Nature does less damage than the Scattergun. That's true and false at the same time. The Scattergun has less bullet spread than the Force of Nature, but the Force of Nature has more bullet spread, therefore having more pellets means you do more damage, but there is a minus 10 damage penalty. So, in a way, it really doesn't matter how you look at it. It kind of is barely stronger than the Scattergun. That's the only real good side of that. But, other than that, I really don't consider the Force of Nature to be that kind of weapon I'd, use as a primary scout weapon, because let's face it, the sheer firepower of the Scattergun is just, well, bam! You can unload 6 shots on somebody, do 100 in damage usually per shot if you're close enough, and of course the knockback, like right there, really does become a problem if you're not paying attention to your shots. And I do know that there's a way to calculate it. I think your second shot does not apply knockback to you no matter what. And that's just, maybe either I'm reading it wrong or I'm just crazy. But of course, this weapon is kind of the up-in-your-face weapon equivalent, which is the problem with it as well. It's kind of like the back burner in a lot of regards, and here's what I think about that. Now, if you can't tell already, everybody hates the back burner. It's the one weapon in Team Fortress 2 that everyone has coined the term W plus M1 from. Pretty much pyro equivalency of annoying. So, how do we counteract this? By using stock weapons? Hell no, we use the degreaser because that's so much better than the, stock weapon, correct? I don't know why, I always forget there's a health kit in there. But anyways, now, here's my opinion on the back burner before, and you'll see where this is going in a second. First of all, back burner did get, slightly nerfed when the Meet the Pyro update came out. I think that's the only time an actual stock weapon has been really changed in the past few years, was the stock flamethrower got a slight damage upgrade. So, anyways, the only real use to me for the back burner is either for the ambushing pyro, which is really a non-existent term, or, it's going to be the pyro versus pyro fights because of that slightly increased damage, but then again, you could argue that you could use your, axe, or, probably a shotgun. Shotgun for the win! But of course, here's where the problem lies with Scattergun. You can use Scattergun and be awesome, or you can use the Force of Nature and be that guy. Because the Scattergun really only relies on pretty much point-blank damage, while the Scattergun can get really good shots off, get a lot more damage out per second than the Force of Nature. Although it does have a faster reload speed, it doesn't really compare when you have to reload your shots every 2 times and then waste another bullet no matter what. Because every time you reload, you're using 2 shells no matter what. Yeah, I think I've addressed this in one of my videos before. So basically though, the Scattergun is more of the medium range as well. I know it doesn't look like it, but it does have some medium range capabilities. the force of nature really only relies if you're right behind somebody and shoot them in the back, preferably off a cliff, or do a really quick double shot and kill them instantly, which I do a couple times here and there. But, you know, this is not the point of why I'm using it on defense, and you guys are probably now wondering, oh my god, he is using it on defense, and he's actually doing semi-good, because let's face it, I don't really consider the Scout to be an offensive class. I don't consider the Scout to be a defensive class. I consider it to be the Scout class. And, of course, missing this teleporter for some really strange reason. Don't know why that guy thought he should build one right there, but well, you never know. People are people. But anyways, Scout class is a Scout class. That's how I feel it. You can use it for offensive or defensive, and the whole point of using the Force of Nature over the Scattergun, not just because it's strange and I like strange weapons a lot more, no. It's because I wanted to get chip damage. You can see I'm only doing about 5-10 damage every now and then, but that 5 and 10 damage makes people back up and go, God damn it! And they have to back up and, you know, they don't want to get in my face because I got the crits every now and then. And of course, doing 100 and something damage a shot, really close range, is quite a bit of health. No matter what class you are, 100 health gone is quite a bit. So anyways, hope that at least cleared something up. Just so you know, use whatever you want though, but just remember, use what makes you feel happy. If you like using Scattergun, go for it. If you like using Force of Nature, don't let anybody tell you you're stupid, unless you're that guy that nobody likes on their team, which is about 60% of the people that use this. But hey, use whatever makes you feel happy. If you like the back burner, don't let anybody tell you different. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to more stuff. Have a nice day. Don't do drugs. Don't do the bonk atomic punch. You drink the booze, you lose. I don't know, crack is whack. Wacky tobacco. Don't be smoking the stackies. I don't know. Don't do things. Don't have fun.